this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, her justice dance. They face the music, they got no chance.
Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, January 18th, just a little past 11 a.m. And I'm coming on just to say hello, see how you guys are doing. Hang on here. So what's popping on this beautiful Saturday morning? What's going on? Hey, Zero Jules, Gen X, Capone, Just Say When. What's up, Brandon? MD Blue, London Girl, Des. I think I got you guys. So what is going on? I know that it's always just a relaxing Saturday here for me. You know, I'm always cleaning, straightening up, doing everything, and then get a little grocery shopping done, and then probably a car wash later before the night starts. So what is going on? It was crazy. I was watching a stream last night, and they were talking about the Dennis Brooks, and what a disaster of a situation for this family, right? I don't know if you guys have been following this this case of this guy that was brutally murdered in prison up in upstate New York. What a mess. Hey, Just Say When, watching Tiny House Nation, the dogs and the grandkids. All right, good. See, listen, that's a nice little Saturday morning. Yeah, Zero Jules. Yeah, he covered it last night, right? So I was actually getting so mad in the chat because I felt like my heart was breaking for this family because they had to actually watch, you know, this abuse go on there, and the body cam footage recorded. Like, the guy supposedly didn't know it was being recorded, and so listen, I'm glad it did get recorded. But yeah, Robert Brooks. Yeah, you just did laundry and washed your car yesterday? Perfect. You're a day ahead of me. I have to wait for Saturday to do all these things here. And, you know, and just watching it, I said, you know, I couldn't watch it again. And then somebody mentioned something to me about, like, the white cloth or whatever in his mouth, and that it was a Clorox white, and I was just like, that's disgusting. Like, the fact that they did all of this, I you know what? I hope they get, you know, what they deserve. I hope they get what's coming to them. It was so horrific to watch that. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know why they haven't been excuse me. I don't know why they haven't been arrested yet either. It's very frightening. No arrest is disgusting. Yeah. Yep. So, what is going on Saturday? You guys have any plans? Anybody doing anything fun? Anybody have any birthdays coming up? What kind of celebrations do we got going on? Anyone else would have been arrested and charges by now. Yeah, exactly right. If it was one of us, or even, I know Duty Ron was saying last night, like, if it was one of them, you know, you'd have law enforcement people, everybody at your door, you know, arresting, and this is gross. Yeah, hopefully it's going before a grand jury. I hope so too, Brandon. Zero's your birthday on the 26th. Happy early birthday. Yes. January is always such a long month. You know, like, this year's actually kind of starting off on a good note. 2025, January 18th already, so we're almost through the month, right? We're more than halfway through it. But, you know, it's always like, especially if you live in the Northeast or somewhere where it's cold and it gets dark earlier, it's always like, ugh, January, and then February, you know, and then like March. March is usually like the longest month. Just Say When. We have snow, rain, and below zero temps coming. Oh, yeah. It's supposed to actually get cold here, too. Hang on. Yeah, we're supposed to get some really cold weather, which, you know, I'm cool with it. Listen, kills the germs in the air. Bring it on. I love it. Give me a reason to wear, like, a nice jacket or, you know, sweatshirt or something. And it's so much better than you know, it's just that it's so crowded everywhere I go. And there's just, you know, I had a lady say to me the night I actually stopped to go pick up dinner, and she was coming out and she goes, "Where's the Florida weather?" I was like, listen, lady, take what you can get right now, because soon enough it'll be back in the 90s. So whatever. You want the nice weather? Come here in July when it's really hot. You can go to the beach every day. You could burn your feet. You could, you could go lay out. That's definitely if you want the sun and the hot weather, come in May, June, July, August, September. That's when you can go lay at the beach. You can get your best color. I'm my darkest in those months. And so you come here in December, January, and you complain about the weather, don't talk to me. 0 minus 2 weeks before Christmas, and my daughter is 5 days after. I made sure it was separate from Christmas. Oh, London, sunshine where we are is our summer. Oh, good. So yeah, it's our winter here, but I love it. I love when it's like 50, 60 degrees. I'm like, oh, thank God, we get a little bit of a break. It's not so humid out. Yesterday we've been having like a lot of rain here the past couple days, and so today was like, I woke up, the sun was out. I'm like, oh, it's nice. I can go run a couple of errands, get some things done, and you know, when it's just like yesterday was like misting, so I was running around for work and stuff, and it was that rain that when you try to put on the windshield wipers and it's like, oh my God, it's just scraping your window. Like it's not enough rain, but then it's just enough to cause, like, God forbid, like a car accident, or it's annoying when you're looking out the windshield because you're like, come on with this misting already. Yeah, hit that like button. 0. I have grandbabies each side of Christmas. I always spoil them. Aw, yeah, and your grandbabies are so beautiful, so cute. Hey, Beamer, good to see you. Eileen. Ooh, I sounded like Millie. Hey, listen, my girl Millie, maybe I'll go see her tomorrow. Maybe I'll stop by for breakfast and go say hello to her, see if she's working. Sunday into Monday, it's going to be 0 with snow in Brooklyn. Oh, no, get out of here. Listen, you can keep all of that white stuff. I had plenty of it when I lived up there. It snowed so much. On the last year I lived up there, I said, this is gonna be, I don't even feel bad. Like, I'm glad I lived up there. 30 something years of my life. I'm like, listen, I'm a New Yorker. I'm from New York. I love it, but you can keep the snow. You can keep it. No, thank you. I'll come visit though. And when you go up to New York, you get off the plane and just everything looks so dirty. And I'm like, how come when I lived here it didn't look like that? Like when I go back, I'm like, ew. Well, when you fly into Florida, it's always green and pretty, and the sun is out most of the time. And you just look around and you're like, oh, it's so clean here. The governor must clean. Because in New York, they don't. It's dirty. The roads are dirty. It's like the snow is pretty for like the first 10 minutes and then it's filthy. What up, Johnny Kramer? Good to see you. You like the way I say New York, just like your sister? Yeah. Well, Eileen, I can't take the humidity either. It makes my hair frizzy. I can't get enough keratin treatments done. I'm like, what is going, like, come on. I'll stay in the air conditioner, turn it all the way down, make it nice and cold in here. And then this way we'll all just have like a good hair day. No worries. Don't worry about it. My new dog loves the snow. It's hilarious. Oh, that's cute. I love when the puppies and they run out in the snow, like that first snowfall, and the dogs are just like like they're rolling around in it and they're running. It's so cute. I used to have a Rottweiler, and so I remembered letting her out all the time in the snow, and she loved it. She would run around the backyard, and they're always a lot of fun. Yeah, London girl, filthy snow sucks. It does. That's why I'm saying, like, it's always pretty. When people post pictures of like snow in the distance, it's like snow in the clouds or Colorado, and you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. And then when you get out and it's like the reality of it, and you got to walk to work, or ew, like your boots are getting filthy. The snow is dirty. All the cars are gross. Right? It's just what it is. So we hung out on the stoop the other day, and today we're just chilling with the cat. I found the picture and I said, now this is funny because, it's just kind of how I felt this morning. I was like, you know what? I got like 45 minutes. We could jump on a live, talk a little bit, hang out, and this cat looks like he's ready for it. Yes, good morning, guys. I know, right, Brandon? You hate the slush? It's so, like, I don't know. And then when it starts to freeze, It's just never, you got to find a lot of indoor things to do, which is not a big deal. There's plenty of things to do. And, we're talking about like old school things the other day. And I said on a rainy or snowy day, like we went to the roller rink, we walked around the flea market, we would go to the mall, we would do things indoors. You would find like some sort of like a fun place to go to, or you could always shoot darts or whatever in somebody's basement, always hang out and do something indoors. But, and then when you live like in the South or where the weather is warmer, you always want to be outside doing things. And so I never wanted to be inside unless it was like, obviously like a work day and I had to be inside. I was like, all right, turn the lights up, throw down the air conditioner and let's rock out, put that music on and let's go. Oh, thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that. It splashes on your clothes and stuff, right, London girl? It's just, especially when like I was saying before, if you have to walk to work or you got to catch the train or, a bus or whatever, and you're like, oh God, it's just never enjoyable. That's for sure. And then the minute you get to your destination, whether it be work or a doctor's appointment or somewhere, you got to clean off your boots, you got to clean off your clothes. And, it's like another whole 20 minutes of, taking everything and cleaning it up, right? That's why spring is not my favorite. It's wet, muddy, and dirty. Yuck. Just say when, right? Like, I mean, I love springtime. I remembered in New York, like, because it was baseball season. And so, the minute they'd start, with the whole what was going to happen in the spring and, who the Mets were going to play, who the Yankees were going to play. And, you just had that like feeling of like, okay, we're getting there. Warmer weather's coming. The ice cream man is coming. Like you had things to look forward to go outdoors and do things. You could buy tickets to, a Yankee game and you could go outside and you just seen like a little bit of light at the springtime. I remember too in the winter, like we'd go to the batting cages or, indoor golf, anything that we could do to stay busy, bowling, sports was always like a big thing for us. So you love spring here. All my flowers are growing and my hedgehogs wake up from the hibernation. See? There you going. Who's the boomer? Who came in? Let's see. We had 12 inches of snow last week and my bones don't like the snow. No, that's another thing. Like as we get older, our bodies start hurting. Everybody starts breaking down like an old Buick. The cold weather is not good for anybody. So yeah, spring. Listen, spring and then it rolls right into summer. And then there we go with the winter again. So it's like it's just, it constantly rolls. You don't normally get any snow. Well, that's good. So yeah, I was just actually trying to figure out, should I make dinner tonight? Is tonight going to be a night that I skip dinner? Or, should I plan to maybe do pizza night? Because last night we didn't. Last night I had a friend of mine send me a recipe. I was like, listen, I think I'm going to do a crock pot thing. It's like rainy and shitty out. And so I said, send me like your favorite crock pot recipe. So she sent me like a few of them. And I went, all right, this one looks good. It was like a Greek chicken with lemon and potatoes. And so I was, all right. So I go to the grocery store and I buy all the things. I had to get thyme, potatoes, lemons, onions, everything. And so I come home, I put everything in the pot. And then as it's cooking, I'm like, all right, I mean, I don't smell any kind of amazing, smell. And I can sense a little of the lemon and, and then as I look, I'm going, as, the hours are going by, I'm looking and I go, wait a second here. For whatever, like it started looking like a chicken soup. And I was like, you know what? Frig this recipe. But my husband loved it last night. He had it. He goes, it tasted actually really good. I said, I didn't have high hopes for it, and put chicken thighs in it. And it was just, the recipe was like a disaster. I don't know if it's just, I didn't pay attention. Well, then after I go down to the bottom and, I read, because there's like little reviews on the recipe. One lady was like, this was the most boring chicken I ever made. And then, so you were supposed to take the chicken thighs out and then broil them for like the last 10 minutes and, put it over asparagus. And so I said, all right, well, let me try that. And so as, my husband had already started eating some of it and I was like, you know what, I gotta fix this up because presentation is everything. And so it came out nice afterwards, but I went, if anybody had to just come and take it out of the crock pot like that, I'm like, they would just think it was like a chicken soup because the potatoes got all like me. Oh. Uh, Johnny Kramer, you're already challenging me this morning. He says, Miss Dawn Marie, have you ever been in the country? I mean, real country, no horns or gunshots and people screaming, just asking if you city girls know what real calm and peaceful living is. You know what? I actually have. I have, and I can't say that I loved it. It's just an experience. I've been to a couple of places that were big in country, and I've been to parts of Texas, upstate New York, where there's lots of property, and you know, we went up there once for, I think it was like hunting season. And so I got to experience what it was like to just be on like a lot of land. And you know what? I loved where I was on the inside. Like the house was beautiful. We had a great time, but I don't know that I would really, but that's just me. I mean, listen, I grew up on Long Island. And so it was always, country-ish, and it wasn't like the city. So it was a lot quiet. I remember moving out to Long Island and I needed noises to sleep. It was the weirdest thing. And so I would call my grandmother, and she lived in Brooklyn, and I would say, hey, grandma, can I come stay over this weekend? She's like, yeah, sure. Come on, let's go. What's the matter? I said, I can't sleep. Like I would close my eyes and I would hear crickets. I'm like, I need to hear the buses, the trains, the noise, the people. I mean, even if I left the television on, it wasn't like enough to, it's just the way you were raised, right? Like some people go to sleep and they're like, I need absolute quiet. I mean, fast forward in my new, life now, it's like, it's quiet, it's peaceful. I need that to go to sleep. Like I have to, so it's definitely, how do I say it? I don't know. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. It's just different. Country is land open, right? And so it's, throw it on some egg noodles and call it a day. Yeah, Gen X. I probably should have just made a chicken noodle soup out of it. Miss Jessica, good to see you. Hi. Thanks for coming in, girl. L&B Pizza tonight. I love that place. The margarita pizza is the best. Yeah, like I tried to find like a comfort food recipe from her. And I was like, She did send me a really good like a pasta type recipe with chicken, like a primavera. And I said, well, that's different. Like normally I prepare that, put it in the oven, bake it, do all, and it's 42 steps. And her thing was like, throw everything in a crock pot and bam, like, and walk away from it and just let it cook. I said, I don't know. I could get into this, try, to try to cook that way. It's not normal for me. And so I said, all right, I could try it. Like my mother had given me like one of her old crock pots. And I said, well, let's make it work. Let's see what we can do. Do you want to check out some crock pot recipe books from the library? You'll find some good ones to try. You know what? Maybe I'll try to do that this weekend. I know I had a friend tell me, she was just like, just go on Google, like Google whatever, you're looking to make. I said, but that's the thing. Like, you have to put it in, like you have to put it in as information to search a recipe. And so I don't know, maybe just like looking through a book would catch my eye a little bit more, but I do want to try to use it because I hear that people make some really good, like one of the ladies I work with, she uses it a lot. And so she was telling me that she made this really good, like short ribs in a crock pot. And I said, well, that sounds great. Like a beef stew, something like that, I think would be awesome in a crock pot. Not that you can't make like chicken soup, but when I read the Greek chicken with lemon and potatoes, I probably shouldn't have, I probably should have thought that it would have gotten like mushy and just, maybe I cooked it too long too. I don't know. Then I was talking to my cousin later on in the day and she was just like, don't put everything on high. I said, why not? I mean, isn't this thing like a slow cooker? So if you put it on high, it could go for 6-7 hours. I think if I would have put it on low, it would have taken 2 days. Maybe I gotta tell me what you guys think in the chat. Like when it comes to a pot like that, do you put it on low and do you have to cook it for a certain amount of hours, or is it all just based on the recipe? Yeah, just say when. You need some noise too, right? Yeah. Not so much now. I need, like we could leave the TV on, or you know, I could just have like some light music on at night when I fall asleep, but it can't be anything like that. Like if people are sitting outside and they're talking, I'm like, shut up, go to bed, get away from my window. Ooh, mac and cheese. That sounds good, Eileen. That would probably be a nice recipe to do in the crock pot, right? Bunch of different like cheeses, and you would send me a recipe for that. YouTube has a ton. You know what? I didn't even think, Eileen, to Google or go to YouTube and look up, because you could watch a whole video. Hello, I should have just did that. Breakfast for dinner is always good. Bacon and eggs and toast, right? Listen, there's some nights over the years where I've eaten cereal for dinner, or I'll just skip dinner altogether because either I'm so tired, I have a headache, and I'm like, I know that's not the best for you, but yeah, breakfast for dinner is great. Even like scrambled eggs. I've made that for dinner with, shredded cheese in it. All Recipes is a good site for recipes, but I prefer the books. You know what? I think I'm going to stop at the library on my way back and just see what they have. I'll go in there quick. So Johnny Kramer says, out here on Saturdays, we turn the tornado siren on at noon to wake up all the slackers. We don't want slackers in this little town. Oh no, you're not one of those guys that it's like, being near the golf course. I hear like the when it's gonna rain, they have like the horn that goes off, and so like if I'm outside and I hear and the horn goes off, I'm like, everybody get off the golf course. Like, they look around like, who the hell is that? I'm like, I just told the thing went off. It's gonna rain. You better get out of here. You don't want to get struck by lightning. Or a chop breaker. Helen the Scottish Llama, good to see you. She says, I need noise, stops my brain from whirling. Okay, all right. I can get down with it. Gen X says, based on the recipe, slow is usually better, in my opinion. All right, so better luck next time, right? People do tray bakes too. What do you mean a tray bake? In the slow cooker? Helen, right, cereal is my emergency food. You know what? I always have a box of, what is in there now? Like there'll always be like a box of like bran flakes or Fruity Pebbles, I think is in there now. Like always just like because if I want something, like if one of us wants something sweet or whatever, and you don't want to have like a piece of cake, you don't have like a bowl of cereal. It's always, Johnny, I'm pissed. McDonald's stopped serving breakfast all day and night. Oh, get out of here. You can't get a McMuffin at like 4:00 in the afternoon. That's crazy, because if you can get a hamburger all day 24/7, why can't you just get a McMuffin? What's the difference if they open up the McMuffins versus the burger like buns? I'm with you on that. That would be annoying. Grilled cheese is always the best at night. Yeah, grilled cheese and tomato soup is always a winner. Ribs in the crock pot. Yes, Eileen, she was just telling me about that the other day. And so I said, all right, well, what's a good recipe? Because right away, if you give me an idea, I got to know. Like, I want to follow it through. So if you have a good recipe, message it to me. Send me hit me up on Discord. Yes, we have 2 golf courses. How did I know? Johnny Kramer, I know everything. Don't you know that? I know everything about nothing and nothing about everything. Yeah, Gen X, ribs in the pressure cooker. All right. So you too send me a recipe on that, because if I go to the store today and I get, if I do decide that I'm going to make dinner tonight, that sounds good on a Saturday night. Ribs. What do I get? Like barbecue sauce? Like, what do you put in the, well, I'll wait for your recipe. Kitty Q, good to see you. Good morning. Whole dinner on a sheet like chicken and roast veggies. Eileen, now you're talking. See, I don't mind doing like, anything in the oven or whatever, because that's just how I was raised. That's how I know how to cook. Like I know a couple of years ago, like for like a Christmas present, my mom got me one of those air fryer things, and it's like this big thing with like trays, and so like we started putting like little pizzas in it, and I didn't realize you could make so many things. Like my daughter was always making like mozzarella sticks in it, and she's like, look, it only takes 5 minutes and they're not mushy from the microwave. And so we went through a whole, where everything we were making, we put it in this thing. And so that was always fun. I made, what was it? Baked potatoes the other night, like with all the things on top of it, like the cheese and the sour cream and everything. And they just loved it. And I said, well, that was easy. That was in the machine in the corner over there. Oh, Teddy says hello. He is being an overgrown lap poodle. Helen, tell your puppy I said hi. You're so funny. Helen, the Scottish llama, sends me the best pictures of her animals. All right, so Eileen says ribs, bottle of sauce, done. So it's just as easy as that. So I'm just going to go get a nice rack of ribs. Do you have a sauce you like? Charcuterie, Eileen. God, we made so many charcuterie boards over the holidays. I wouldn't even be mad if I didn't see another one for a month. Meat sauce, minced beef with tons of veggies. Well, Helen, that sounds good too. Can I say mozzarella again? Yes. Morgan, don't ever let anybody tell you it's mozzarella or mozzarella. Listen, some of the people that I hear on here, and when they say the words, I'm like, it's mozzarella. That's it, mozzarella. It's really not hard. I think it was Laura. I was listening to her one day, and she was like, "What did she call it? Mozzarella." I was like, "What? Who told you said that an Italian lady taught you how to cook?" No, Mrs. Ragu. It's not mozzarella. Beans and rice. All right, well that's easy enough to put in that. Zero Jules. Funny you say that. I bought a box of Fruity Pebbles waffles. They were on sale. They tasted just like the Fruity Johnny Kramer, can I just tell you about that cereal? So a couple of weeks ago, the grocery store had it on sale for 95 cents. And so I'm standing at the register and I look over and I see the shopping cart filled with Fruity Pebble waffle cereal. So I said, 95 cents, that's a bargain. So I get it. I bring it home. My husband goes to grab for it. He goes, ew, what is this cereal? It tastes stale. I said, you mean it tastes stale? I just bought it. It was brand new. He goes, no. I think you paid 95 cents too much. I said, why? He goes, because this cereal is not good. I said, is it supposed to be like that? Do you think I really got a box? Like maybe they put it on sale because they knew it was going to expire. I don't know, Johnny, but you need to check that cereal. Let me know. Like, does yours have like a different taste to it? Because this one that we got definitely tasted. I didn't want to give him the satisfaction of telling him that it was stale because I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. A deal is a deal. Sometimes you just get a deal. Sometimes the store buys too much, so they have to, basically give it away. He was like, I'm not convinced. I said, all right. Kitty Q. Deep fried Oreos in the air fryer are amazing. I don't like them fried in oil. All right. Well, how do you make those? Do you put like batter on them and Sweet Baby Ray's? Okay, easy enough. I know that one. St. Darren from Dublin. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, Morgan, I agree. The air fryer is the best appliance we ever got. I was so happy. My mother's like, don't you think it's a step up from the toaster oven? I said, well, yeah, because you can do so many more things in it, and it definitely tastes better. So, I'm always down for upgrades on the, yeah, mozzarella. It's mozzarella. That's just how it is. Don't ever listen to the imposters. And the Edinburgh Zoo animals too, because I volunteer there. By the way, still pissed about oh yeah, I know, Helen. It's terrible with the fires. Erica Olson, good to see you. Anybody have any updates on what's going on in California? Have they been able to, stop some of these fires or what? Sorry, I'm just reading. My pasta sauce is ragu. St. Darren from Dublin, okay? Well, let me help you upgrade that a little bit. Mystique, good to see you. Good morning. Des, hey. Zero, you don't want to buy an air fryer? Really? I do think that it's worth it. I do. All right. He says they were waffles, not cereal waffles. These New York ladies. Listen, Johnny, all right? I'm going to make you sit in the back. I'm Northern California. Okay, Morgan, so what's going on south of you? Were they able to contain some of them, or are they still like... And I have to know, like, because I didn't get a chance to look it up, but was Hollywood Boulevard affected? Like, down where the, what is it? All the things in the street. What are they? The stars and everything, like, did that all go up in fire? Like, was that the area? Um, yeah, Darlene Wolf, hey, good to see you. Yeah, that's right. Don't be picking on us former New Yorkers. You love roasted Gen X, I love roasted vegetables in the air fryer. Okay. 0, you buy an air fryer to save time. I'm not in any rush these days. Well, you know what? I envy that. I really do. Anybody that could take the time to, make meals, and that's definitely a luxury. I feel like, as we get older, or, you retire, or you're able to stay home for whatever, and you're able to make like meals in the oven. I love that. There is something so awesome about, home cooked meals, and, all the things. They're working on it. The Eaton fire is like 50% contained. All right. So they're seeing some. So terrible what's going on there. Darren, I'm a McHugh. Eileen. So cute. So Darren says, sorry, I have to hang on a second. Sorry, my sinuses are killing me. Says, my issue is no damn energy. Darren says, I have not watched the fires, but some saw donkeys run from the hills to safety and felt sorry for them. It is so sad with the animals that are being affected by this, the people. I mean, it's another horrific situation, like nature, when nature gets caught up in a thing, and it's so sad. So wait, did anybody answer me when I asked about Hollywood Boulevard? Uh, a bunch of people arrested for arson. People are assholes. Morgan M. Yeah, that's right. Helen, the utilities find a way to extort more money from us. It's daylight robbery these days. Yeah, it is. I remember back during like the pandemic talking about how a thing of eggs was like $9. I'm like, wait, either I haven't been grocery shopping in the longest time, or I got ripped off for eggs. I'm like, why am I paying $9 for 12 or 18 eggs? Like, what's going on here? I think that's why people are running around buying chickens. I'm like, you could save money. What's a chicken? $7? You're buying 5, 6 chickens and you put them in your backyard, right? Yeah, Erica Olson, see, crock pot, just dump, set, and go. Come home to a home cooked meal. You know what? I definitely want to learn to use it a little bit more, because it would definitely suit, part of when I'm busy. They don't think about the consequences, Darlene. No, they don't. We had a devastating fire here in 2018. It made me volunteer with our local CERT team. You can do animal sheltering. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're in a position to be able to help, I suggest that. Help when you can, do what you can do, and we all have to just get through this together. I know it's scary. The government is buying all the farmland, taxing farmers over here, and raising groceries. It's awful. Yeah. Oh, Darlene, thank you. You sent me recipes. Perfect. I know, Darren, are people really starting these fires? I don't know. Yeah, Kitty Q, people need to start pimping them hens out. Share your hens with me. Like, I have a friend of mine, she's got like a whole bunch of chickens, and so she'll call me every once in a while and she's like, hey, you still bitching about the cost of eggs? I'm like, yep, always will be. So she goes, come over, I got a couple dozen for you. Whenever she gives me eggs, I always find it fascinating, because she tells me, don't put them in the refrigerator, leave them on the counter. And I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean? You have to refrigerate eggs. She goes, no, you leave them on the counter until you're ready to use them. I'm like, I don't know if I can get used to that, but all right. I mean, she puts them for me in like a nice little basket, and she's like, look, it'll look so cute on your counter. I'm like, oh, like the OCD in me would start putting them away. I just know it. And then I'd be like, damn it. I'm like, does it make it bad if I put them away? DCPNW. Good morning. Darlene, you have pens? Deuteron send you pens? Chickens are great at pest control too. Taryn, we have loads of eggs here. See? I'm telling you, I told my girlfriend, I said, listen, because she lives like out west, and so she's on like some farm, and she's got all kinds of animals and things. And I'm like, listen, you got when you start cutting bacon, hit me up, like get some bacon with them eggs. She goes, then take it easy, okay? You're just trying to slaughter my animals. I'm like, no, just let me know when you start expanding in your grocery store here. If I don't put them in the fridge, I will wake up to scrambled eggs. Oh, Darlene. They have just introduced you have to register chickens. Me and my daughter are like, nope, 0. Yeah, like what? Of course they want you to register the chicken because they want money on your chickens. God forbid you just have like a couple pet chickens and they hook you up with some eggs so that you eat tomorrow. Kitty Q, if your eggs float in water, it's not a good egg, per my mom. All right. I'll take your word for it. Usually like once a week or every other week, I'll make like egg salad for the week. And so like I'll boil, 12 or 18 eggs and, or I'll leave some of them hard boiled so that we could just grab them on, put them in a baggie, take them to work. And, but the egg salad is always good. And then even like the cost of mayo went up and I was like, wait a second, Hellman's is $9.99 or $8.99, whatever. I was standing in the register the other day and I was just like kind of looking over the cart. And I guess this woman next to me, she kind of caught me looking at some things and she goes, did you download the app? I said, yeah, I have the app. She goes, there's a coupon in there for that. I'm like, why are you looking in my cart? Get your eyes out of my cart. She's like, those raviolis? There's a coupon for that. I said, all right, thank you. So I go on the app. There was no coupon. I'm like, excuse me, lady. It was not buy one, get one free. And, oh no, it was buy one, get one free, but there was no $2 coupon. What are you talking about? But I was getting cold cuts and I was getting so aggravated because I think I told you guys once a while ago, like, I like the meat cut a certain way. Like, ham has to be very, very thin, almost shaved. And so this kid's cutting. He's like, don't worry about it. I used to work in a high-end butcher. I know exactly you kind of customers. I said, me kind of customers? Explain yourself. He goes, well, you can just tell you want it the way you want it. I said, well, I mean, are you not going to listen to me? So anyway, he cuts me the boar's head ham and it's thick. And so he's like, how's this? I said, can you go a little thinner? How's this? I said, a little bit more thinner, like almost shaved thinner. I mean, I didn't think I was speaking another language. And so he holds it up and I'm like, all right, if you can't see through it, I won't eat it. It's just a waste for me. And it's not that I won't eat. It's just that if I'm paying for something and you ask me how I want it cut, I'm going to tell you. But if you're not going to make it the way I want it, then why bother? So the older man that was there, one of the guys in the deli goes, come on, why don't you listen to the girl? She's telling you, make it thinner. What's the matter with you? I'm like, yeah, could you tell him? Because apparently he worked in a high-end butcher place and he knows my kind of people. I said, I'm easygoing. What do you mean my kind of people? These people are nuts. DC, I just made cinnamon roll pancakes cooked in bacon grease. Yum. Ooh. Cinnamon roll pancakes sounds good. You go broke dying and you go broke living. That's right, Darlene. That's why you just got to live and let live. Live your best life. Yeah, Kitty Q shaved. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's not that I don't appreciate it. It's like, why are you going to pay for something if you know yourself you're not going to eat it? I mean, that's why I like to go to the deli and order the meat right there instead of going on the app and ordering it. And it's because you at least I could stand there and watch and have a conversation. I mean, isn't that what it's about when you go there? I mean, listen, you don't have to talk to me. I don't have to talk to you. At least do what I ask you to do. Pigs are expensive from the grocery store in America, but I found a Mennonite farmer to buy them from $3 a dozen. Gen X, that's good. It has been nonsense in Westminster for over 10. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if they're fresh eggs, her eggs are always better than, the Eggland's Best. That's the ones that I buy. And so I always notice that it's like 6.99 now. I'm like, "Ugh." Jesus. You love how old school I am, Gen X? Good. I am very old school. Um, quiche and a Caesar salad. Eileen, you're making me hungry. Sounds good. I haven't had quiche in forever. I used to love like a broccoli quiche with like different cheeses in it and that's you know what? You just gave me a good idea. Maybe for tomorrow. The cinnamon balances out the sugar rush. They were yummy. I ate oatmeal all week to have my breakfast on the weekend. Hey, listen, I'm about it. That is very old school when you're very strict and structured during the week, right? And then when the weekend comes, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna eat whatever I want. Yeah, you love making quiche, right, Darlene? She just gave me the greatest idea. I think I'm gonna make a couple of them for tomorrow. That sounds good. And we'll have like maybe a brunch. Erica Olson, we had to have additional barriers up to protect the penguins. Well, Darlene, are you fancy? She makes 4 quiches at a time. Listen, I was just going to make 2. I think 2 will be plenty. Maybe I'll make a broccoli and cheese quiche and maybe a spinach. I don't know. Give me some other ideas. Like, can I cut up meat and stuff, put in there? It's good, warm or cold. You know what? If I had a decision, like if I had to choose between a warm or cold quiche, I would go with a warm. I don't think I could eat it cold. London girl, mushrooms in your quiche. Okay, all right. Ham, ham and turkey. Okay. Oh, that sounds good. I think tomorrow I'll make like a broccoli, cheese, and ham. Maybe only 2 of them. And remember, I told you there's this lady that's in my neighborhood who lost her husband and, she has a difficult time getting out and it's hard for her to get to the stores and stuff. Maybe I'll make her some. Yeah, ham and cheddar. That sounds good. I think I'm going to go and buy the ingredients for it today. Bacon and onion. Eileen, now you're getting fancy. Bacon and onion. All right, well, we could do that. I got that in the refrigerator already. So I just got to get some more eggs and maybe some mozzarella and cheddar cheese. It's like an omelet in a pie shell, right? I think so, right? I think I'm just gonna get like a couple of the already made pie shells. Is that okay to put it in? It's the same kind of pie shell that you would use to make, or no, is it? Quiche can be frozen. You can even make quiche in a muffin tin to freeze and have a ready breakfast. DC, that's a great idea. You know what? Maybe I'll do some of that too so that we have some breakfast for the morning. And then I could just put it in like baggies in the freezer and take it out all right, okay. Swiss, cheddar. Do you guys remember from back in the day when they made sweet munchy cheese? That was always just like my thing growing up where, you'd have like ham and sweet munchy cheese. Well, so I was talking to the guy in the deli yesterday actually, and I said to him, "Hey, let me get a pound of sweet munchy cheese." He goes, "They don't make it anymore." I said, "What do you mean they don't make it anymore? They don't make sweet munchy cheese?" He says, "No, the company went out of business. They retired." So I said, "Get out of here. That's crazy." So I said, "Well, what do you think is the closest to sweet munchy cheese?" He says, "Munster cheese, but it's not really the same." I said, "Well, what made sweet munchy cheese sweet? Like what made?" So he says, that there was like I can't remember what he said. It was like a caramel or there was a butterscotch. There was something in their recipe that actually made it like a soft, like a sweet cheese. And so, like, growing up in Brooklyn, that was a popular cheese to buy, especially for the kids. They loved it. You never heard of it, Erica? Yeah, it was sweet. It was called Sweet Munchie, Munchee, Sweet Munchie cheese, and it tasted so good. It was great. My mother would make it like on a grilled cheese, or I just remembered always having like a ham and cheese. It was always ham and sweet munchie cheese. Like on a Saturday when my dad would go get cold cuts, like that was a big thing he would get. And he'd come home and we'd all make a sandwich. And, everybody was like, what do you want? I want ham and sweet munchie or roast beef and sweet munchie. You hate cheese? Oh, I love it. I could eat it all day. It's so good. I need to do a big cooking day and stock up on the freezer meals. Yeah, my freezer's not that big. And so, like, I always run out of room in there. I always have to be mindful too, because I love to buy, my daughter loves those, like, any kind of like frozen things that she could pop in really quick. I mean, when she's here visiting and stuff from college. And so I'll always make sure to have like Fridays or any kind of like thing that she can grab, like the mozzarella sticks or even those like taquitos. And so, I always just over the years have gotten so accustomed to buying that stuff. And so when I get home, I have all these boxes to shove in the freezer. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? I got to take things, I got to be very creative in how I fit it all. Kitty Q. I had a stuffed munchie cheese, the monkey, LOL, when I was. Oh, you remember those little those little munchie cheese? Yeah. It's funny. I went to, where was I going? Did we go to like Michigan or something? And we got off the plane, and you go into like the little shops there, because I always have to get like a souvenir of wherever I go, and so I'm in there, and they had a whole thing of the munchie cheese, the munchie cheese. Monkeys in the Michigan airport. And I said, wait a second, is this like a Michigan thing? Like, they were so cute. I actually bought one. I don't know where the hell it is. If I had to look, I wouldn't even remember where I put it. But I remember telling my sister-in-law, I said, I got a munchie chi. She was like, what? I said, yeah, look, it was in the in your airport here. She goes, oh, I love it. I think she knew. Like, somebody has to look that up for me. Kitty Q, look it up. Are Munchie Cheat, like, are they from, like, is that a Michigan thing? They must have had a story to their little cartoons back in the day. The Munchie Cheat. You have a freezer in the garage. Otherwise, I'd be out of room too. Yeah, Gen X, when I lived in New York, we had the freezer in the garage too. But here it's too, I don't have as much living space. And so that's just an out. I don't have the place to put the deep freezer. Kitty Q, you're in Missouri. Okay. Helen, what did you say, Helen? I need to do some ice cream, but apart from that, no more space. And I need to go to Costco and get my fish and meat stocked up. I was just telling, was it my dad? Somebody, I said, we need to make a Costco run, because I don't need all of the things that I used to need over the years. So it's like we've downscaled on a lot of the things, but there's always stuff at Costco that I could find. And I feel like I get 4 things and spend $150. Costco is definitely dangerous. But they have their bakery department is actually pretty good for like muffins at Costco. Like, all right, here in the chat, you guys tell me, if you go to Costco, what is the one thing when you go in there that you're like, I gotta buy it? Like, what's your best value at Costco? Darlene, the houses here in Florida are so much smaller. Well, it just depends. Like, I just didn't have, our last house down here, we had a 2-car garage. And so it was nice. Like, we did have a freezer in there. But now, being in a small condo, like, I don't have the room for it. And I don't want it sitting on the patio. It would be like my whole patio. Darlene, it's called Make No Ice Cubes. Are you crazy? We can't not make ice cubes down here. That's a must. I have to have, it's funny. I actually bought these, I don't know if it was something I seen in the grocery store or whatever, but the big round ice cubes, they're huge. And so I was on Amazon a couple of weeks ago and I ordered these, like these little jelly trays to make these massively round, like whiskey ice cubes or whatever. So I got them. I got square ones. And so my husband laughs at me now. He's like, you're going to put that in a Yeti, right? I'm like, yeah, of course. Because what else would you put it in? No, I'm going to put it in a glass in the kitchen. Like, get out of here. They're huge. 3 bags of steamed crab, $30 at Sam's. Get out of here. That sounds delicious. I haven't had crab in a while. All right, let's see what would you guys grab at Costco? Like, what makes you go, okay, put that on the Costco list? Erica, I do that after Costco. Make lasagna, shepherd's pie, manigot, and freeze to bake later. So convenient. Darlene says, I don't go. My son goes. I haven't been to one since I've been here. Okay. Yeah, Erica Olson, ice balls. They're amazing. You got to try it out. You got to find the trays online. They're like these spheres. Shepherd's cottage pie. Des, you're at Costco shopping. I love it. I should, you know what? Maybe I'll go. I don't know. I spend way too much money at Costco. I do need to get a Costco trip in, though. Darling, you don't do seafood? Toilet paper. Yeah, Gen X. Like, I know when I go there, I grab toilet paper, paper towels. Every once in a while, like, they'll have, like, the toothpaste that we use will be a good deal. Baruka, good to see you. So, like, what else do you like? What's the big listen? Costco has that. What is it? The slice of pizza and soda for $1.50, or a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. I remembered, like, for years they had, and then remember they had that. Des would know. Des, you're there right now. Do they still make the frozen yogurt? That was like $1 for frozen yogurt. And it was like this big, huge cup. Veruca, I'm on my way to Sam's. I don't think I have a Sam's around here. I gotta look and see. Maybe there is one not that far. But there's a Costco, and then there's a what's the other big one? Just slipped my mind. What is it? It's Costco and BJ's. There's a BJ's not that far from here. But what do you think is better, Costco or BJ's? And do they take coupons? I gotta look and see. Cheese at Costco, snacks. Okay. Erica, it's been decades, but I used to get a 3-number can of Smokehouse almonds and a 5-number bag of Hershey Kisses. Yeah, like there's just certain things that when you go to Costco, it's like, I was telling I was talking to one of my girlfriends yesterday, and she was like, well, what'd you go to the store for? So I told her, cold cuts, stupid things, whatever. And I said, butter. Butter was $6.99 for 4 sticks of butter. She goes, why do you buy your butter at Publix? You need to buy your butter at Walmart. I said, why? Like, is it that much cheaper at Walmart? Like, Walmart has certain things that are cheaper versus I've found that there's been things more expensive at Walmart. So I don't know. It's like hit or miss. Do they like, is like dairy cheaper there? I don't know. She says, Costco is cheaper, but I like BJ's too. Okay. Helen, I buy Baby Bells and falafel in Costco. Oh, I haven't had those Baby Bell cheeses in a couple of years. They do. Yes, Des. Okay. So they have that like frozen yogurt in a cup, and it's like $1. And it was monster. And then they would put like fruit on top of it, or you could just get plain vanilla chocolate, right? Veruca, I go to Sam's because they have office supplies. Okay. What? Okay. DC. $3.99 at Trader Joe's. What is $3.99 at Trader Joe's? Let me see. Butter? Is butter $3.99 at Trader Joe's? Because then I'm gonna go there and pick up butter. Because we were having like this whole heated debate on butter. And I said, no, it was I don't know if I got Kerry Gold or whatever it was. I just happened to grab it really fast. And she was like, what'd you pay for that? I said, $6.99, or did I pay too much? $7.99 maybe? She's like, oh my God, are you crazy? First of all, why are you buying that kind of butter? I said, I don't know. I mean, something different, I guess. I mean, I usually do buy just like, the Breakstones or what is it? The yellow and red box. I'll just grab that. Oh, butter. Okay, butter is $3.99 at Trader Joe's. All right, good to know. Darlene, now you want cold cuts? I know I had a turkey and American cheese sandwich yesterday. Butter is butter. Yeah. I don't, I really like the Publix butter, but they didn't have the salted. They only had unsalted, and I was like, no, nobody's gonna appreciate unsalted butter on a bagel. Or Kroger had butter on sale for $2.99 over the holidays. But yeah, Erica, that's a good price though for 4 sticks of butter. That's good. Helen, we are lucky we have Asda, Aldi's, Sainsbury's, Lidl, M&S Food, literally on the same bit of road. We have Aldi's. Aldi's always Aldi's has some pretty decent deals too. Darlene with the real bagels, don't even get me started. We do where I am over here, we do have some decent bagel places, but I mean, been trying not to really eat them. I do buy the ones in the freezer section. What's the name of them? Not Lenders. It's they're a frozen bagel, and they have a bialy, which are delicious, and they're actually really good. You put them in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and then in the toaster oven, and they're really good. Hold on, I'll tell you what the name of them are. Hang on. Okay, they're Ray's Bagels and Ray's Bialys out of New York, and they're in the freezer section at Publix. They're actually not bad. They're actually pretty good. Well, listen, Darlene, they're not going to taste like buttercup bagels or the ones that we're used to, but it comes close. It comes as a close second when you can't get the actual thing. I'll call my sister or my brother in New York, and I'll just say like, you guys send me some bagels. They're like, get out of here. By the time you get them, they're going to be stale and nasty. Or I'll try to catch one of them when they're coming to visit. And I'm like, you want to grab me a dozen? That'd be really, sweet of you. You've never been a bagel gal. I'd rather have an English muffin. Okay, so Erica, you would love the Bialys that they have. Because to me, I feel like it's better than a bagel, but a little bit more than a English muffin. And so they're really good. And the ones that I like are the everything. So let's see what else. What else is going on? Maybe I should get a piece of paper and a pen and start making a Costco list. Because if I don't have a list with me when I go into a store, I will just get either way too much stuff, or you ever go in and you see things and you're like, oh, I got to get that, or I need that. And then you walk out with what you didn't go there to buy. That was me yesterday. I said, you know what? I had to look at the wagon, and I think that's why the lady was staring at me. Was probably like, what is this chick doing? Like, I was grilling the cart because I was so mad because, I mean, I had things of donuts, I had things in there that we didn't need. And so I said, you can't go there when you're hungry, because then you buy everything. And then, I'm looking, I go, do I even have everything that I need for like dinner for the week? Or is it just a bunch of junk? Because I'm hungry. So I just bought a bunch of junk. Yeah, you always forget the list, London girl, right? I know. Des, you want a bagel now? I'm telling you, if you could find those, they're actually pretty good. So what else here? Mint bagels. What are mint bagels? Or you always forgot items. Yeah, I do that too. I do that all the time, where I will forget what I went to the store for, and I'll be driving back home and I go, damn it. I forgot this, or damn, I forgot to stop at the pharmacy and grab the vitamins or whatever. And like, I'll have to go back out or make the real list, or take the original list when I leave the house. I always take a picture of my list now because I forget it all the time. Well, that's a good idea, to take a picture of the list, Kitty Q. You have such great ideas when it comes to taking pictures of things. It's like when we did the 5, what would you take in case, God forbid, you were in an emergency? And she's like, just take pictures of everything and take pictures of pictures. Yes, added it to your list. Good, Des. I hope you can find them. Did I know that he was going live in 8 minutes? I sure did. I got the notification. He's doing a members only live, so he does that every time in the month right before the memberships renew. He'll give everybody like a members only. What's up, Chopper? Good to see you. Yeah, hit that like button. Smash it. Smash that like button. That would be awesome. The end. Chopper, subscribe to Chopper. Chopper, drop your link. He's making some really awesome videos of how would I say it? Grifters. I love the storyline. Going after those grifters. Yes, Beamer, thank you. I appreciate it. It's probably set, right? It's not it's in a few minutes. Oh, okay, it says live in 4 minutes, so Des, I always forget my list and just go with my gut feeling and then end up not getting what I needed. Right, exactly, Des. That's what I'm saying. Like we go and I'll go down in the aisles and I'll go, oh look, this is a great deal. This is a good sale, or hey, let's grab one of these. Like Gen X said, toilet paper, paper towels, like paper plates. They're always like, I feel like you get a better value at Costco. Chopper's latest video is fire. Yeah, it is. It is, Zero. You just uploaded a new video, Chopper? Drop the link in here. So creative. Erica, junk, LOL. My husband takes after my son. Oh, sorry. My husband takes my son after work. He always comes home with munchies. I ask if he's been smoking weed. He doesn't. And where's the real food? Right. That's how I felt yesterday when I came home. I mean, I had the things for dinner and I had some cold cuts or whatever. So I justified like, well, I got this and this and this. And then I looked and I went, I bought body wash. I bought donuts. I bought things that are like junk. And so my husband will always look at me and he'll go, why? Like, what you don't need that. You're telling me you want to do this and then you're doing that. I go, well, you know what? Listen, you gotta, I try to justify it. Like everybody needs to have a little bit of a snack, He's like, stop, don't buy that. Because if it's in the house, we eat it. So maybe I'll wrap it and give it to the lady down the way, right? Makes me feel better. That's why I shop online and they deliver. You know what, Beamer? A lot of times I know the people that I talk to, right? Like they save money shopping online because, you go on there, you get exactly what you need and they bring it to you. So you're not buying anything extra in the stores. But I guess the same goes true if you are online and you're hungry while you're ordering and you're checking out. I mean, even though you're probably doing it at your kitchen table. Yeah, pickup or delivery sure does cut down on impulse shopping. It does. It does. You can't argue with that. That's for sure. So what else? All right, guys. Well, listen, it is a little after 12 o'clock. We were together here for a little over an hour. And so I want to thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. I wish everybody a happy Saturday. Enjoy your day. Get out there, touch some grass and go, if you can feel the sun, get it on your face a little bit and, go outside. And if it's just opening your windows for some fresh air, do that. And so Saturday, January 18th at 12:04 p.m. on the East Coast. You guys have a great weekend.
New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. A Brooklyn girl. Marie. She's sharing New York memories. See the city with Dawn Marie and hanging Little Italy. R.I.P. South Factory. The real party is Kings County. The songs about music all around. That's where she found the Brooklyn sound. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Her large Italian family, they taught her hospitality, empathy, humanity, and strength in her community. Her justice call, defiant tone, rings out from her Long Island home. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. She's so damn cool, so smart and quick. She's old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music.